Hello everyone, and welcome to... Oh, look at these civilizations! I can't even finish this intro because I'm so excited about these civilizations. This is going to be the second game in DeZu's Showmatch. This is a Showmatch hosted by a Chinese sponsor. This is at least the third Showmatch. He's hosted with Mr. Yo and Chinese players. Now Lix is going to be the one that has to go against Yo. Yo is kind of like the challenger. And the theme for these series of Showmatches is you get to pick your opponent's civilizations. So we have Lix playing as the Khmer. This was chosen by Yo. And Yo playing as the Turks. This was chosen by Lix. Certainly some of the lower tier civilizations. Last game we had a very even matchup and a very nice showcase of what those civilizations could do. We saw some of the power of the Teuton's economy. I always loved the Teuton's economy. It's so great. And some power of their towers as well. The other game, Lix with the Vietnamese. We saw some good raiding with the Rattan archers, but nothing too strong. We'll see how the players play out this game. Civilization advantage, I'd give it to the Turks. I like Janissaries if you can get to them. Heavy cavalry archers are great late game. The free light cav upgrade is an overlooked upgrade, and more importantly, the gold mining upgrade is great. You take whatever eco bonus you can get, like the Turk civilization. The Khmer, kind of like a YOLO civilization, you can use them pretty well. That house bonus can be pretty nifty. You can hide villagers in the houses, but you have to make a concerted effort to actually use it, which not all players do. I think there'll be a little bit of adjustment in the coming however long to deal with that. And yeah, other bonuses for the Khmer. Battle elephants move faster. We probably won't see that too much. Scorpions +1 range. We do see that sometimes. It is an unusual bonus. Yo always... Actually, this is Lix, so I guess he took it from Yo, but Yo always gets the war low with the villagers. I have to assume he garrisons the same amount of villagers every single time, because otherwise this would be way too risky. Yeah, Khmer, give a disadvantage. One thing that can be nice, I think you don't have to build a barracks to go up to the next age, so you can save 175 wood that way, but that can be a little risky going against a scout civilization like the Turks. That's how you wall it. But it could be a nice little bonus. Yes, 7 games. I think all 7 will be played. I didn't see anywhere in the settings that it's a best of 7. This tree is a little nasty as you don't want to place the mill right next to it. Already 3 zebra being lured in by Lix. Those are the 3 zebra that are next to his base. Look how open this map is. It's so open. No way to wall that. Golds are at the side. Main gold is in the back. This is nice. Wood is in okay position. But Lix's back is not very nice at all. Luckily, his civilization he's going against is not very aggressive, usually. Yo with an okay wood line in the back. Berries are okay in the back. Has another wood line there. Golds are kind of in a very exposed position, but Yo is going to try to wall it off here. And if he can wall it here and wall a bit here, then he can have an okay map. So overall, map advantage to Yo. But neither of these maps are particularly good. In fact, they're very bad as far as Arabia maps go. But Lix will have a good food advantage. So I want to see what Lix can do with this not having to spend that extra 175 wood. He's got these 3 extra zebra. Is he going to go for a super fast uptime? And it looks like he will. Yes. Going to click up right now. Going to click up on 19 population. That's nice. That's what the Mongols like to do. And this is where saving that extra 175 wood really comes into play when you're going up with 18 population up. Yo going with the super fast up as well. Now remember, he doesn't get an economy bonus at the stage of the game where he's not taking gold. So normally with the Scout Rush you see 21 population up. Yo's going to do it on 20. He had 1 extra zebra, which certainly helps a lot. We'll keep a close eye on his resources. And he's actually going to build that barracks there. So he's even going to wall like this. That's nice. Very good walls. Both players scouting their opponent's base. We can take a quick look at that. Yo seeing most of the resources. Hasn't seen the gold or the back of the base quite yet of Lix, and he's going to go back. Going to want to know where these side golds are. That's definitely something you have to scout. Taking a look at Lix's point of view. Not the best scouting either. Hasn't scouted the front of the base, but does see the barracks at least. Here we go. Quick feudal age from Lix. Take a look at Lix's resources. As you would have seen, he wouldn't have had enough wood for the barracks and the stable, but luckily he doesn't need the barracks. Gonna get both eco upgrades right away. And this is a nice use of the Khmer bonus already in the early game. Gonna have his scouts out a little sooner. That is, if Yo doesn't delay the stable by too much. Yo gonna go up with a stable of his own. And that stable, there we go, being built right now. So that's being built right as Lix has a scout at about 60 or 70% built. Small advantage there. Lix gonna just gonna wall off his base. Certainly not a bad decision, but that's gonna be a lot of wood. That is gonna be, I would say, maybe 200 wood and palisades, and then next year maybe 200 resources of idle time from these villagers. That's such a huge investment into these walls. And I just think it's too early for that. I think you're going to have the scout advantage. I don't understand this at all. Lix is a player that's kind of known for this a bit, but I don't understand these walls at all. It's way too early to make these huge walls. And why are you playing so defensive if you're Lix? You should be ahead in the scouts. The scout is very low. You could take this fight. Just take the fight. What are you waiting for? Turks don't get halberd pike. What can they do against elephants? They can do monks. Monks is the biggest counter to elephants, not pikemen. And they can do camels as well. And these scouts are actually trapped, so that'll be a nice play from Lix. I think getting a little lucky. I didn't like this opening strategy at all. Lix's walls are up. And I think if you're Yo, just play this open. And just wall over time with houses, a blacksmith, maybe a market. Yo's economy has to be in a better place because of this. You'd have to think. Not getting that wall up quick enough. So we'll keep an eye once again on the food count. Lix is safe now, so he doesn't need any more scouts. Again, I think this is a mistake. I guess you could say Yo's just wasted some resources on the spearmen. So 50 resources there, 50 resources there. Still don't like these walls, despite that. And it's just a race to get to the castle age. I would not have thought with these extremely open maps that we would have seen this kind of game, but we are. Yo is going to go with an archer range because his opponent has walled a lot. Archers are, of course, better for shooting over walls. That should be pretty obvious. Do camels stand a chance versus elephants? Talking Imperial Age, it depends on the economies. It really depends. Throughout most of the game, yes. But in the very late game, where both players have their upgrades, they have fully boomed economies, then elephants should absolutely destroy. Because you're talking about population efficiency at that stage. And as well, I think elephants are better the more you have. They have trample damage. Which means if you get a group of elephants next to each other, they're much harder to take down than when they're separated. And they'll be separated if you can't build as many because you're in the castle age because they're so damn expensive. So it's definitely an asset to these Rise of Raja civilizations to have elephants, but it's not as much, say, as like the Eagle Warrior. And how important that unit is to Meso civs. Take a look at the food. Lix is ready to go up. He doesn't even need a blacksmith, but... well, he wouldn't need it anyway because he's got the stable, but... just theoretically, he wouldn't need a second building. And I don't like that Yo has built his archer range here. Why not just build it here? Makes little sense to me. Both players going to click up at around the same time. That makes sense. They've had relatively even investments in things. Here we go. Yo clicking up. Yo will benefit from the 20% faster gold miners. And he's going to go archers. No, you're correct, Einhornus. You're completely correct. A lot of players think that KTD2 Arabia is much more open. And I would second that opinion. And I think it was meant that way, intentionally so. These scouts are nice for Licks. They're able to see quite a lot of Yo's base, be a little bit annoying. You can see how the economy is set up. And he has seen the 2 archer ranges, which is extremely important. You want to know what army composition your opponent will be going. They pick each other's civs this game. Yes, they did. They will for every game. That is the gimmick of this, and it's fairly nice. It's fairly interesting. I wish tournaments would do this more often. Because I like to see these civilizations. I like to see all the civilizations used in the game. They all have their different play styles. And the last game was extremely close with those lower tier civs. This game is very close as well. But it looks like Yo will get through these walls. Oh, maybe not. Lix has gone into Skirmisher. It's a nice unit choice. Gonna build a second stable, I guess, for Knights. Or will we see the elephant play? Welcome, Mr. GPN bot. Glad you were able to join us. Here's that free light cab upgrade for Yo. Crossbow Bodkin arrow coming in. There's too many skirmishers around. Lick's gonna get the lead skirmisher upgrade. And Yo will go back. Yo gonna add a siege workshop right away. So he's going against the lead skirmisher. He's got 2 options. Well, he's got 3. He can continue going into archers and just try to outmass. Add a siege workshop. Or can add a stable. He's gonna choose the siege workshop route. Gonna add a town center on the right side. Help to secure that wood. That location is okay. I think it would have been better just delete the house and place the town center right there. Yeah, that town center is kind of claustrophobic. It's not going to protect the wood line as well. You want to build your buildings towards your opponent, so right there would have been preferred. What's Lix doing back at home? Massing knights. We have a much heavier investment into military at this stage from Lix. He's got an army composition that involves 2 units. He'll have to get upgrades on both units. And the knight is a fairly intensive unit, especially when going from 2 stables. So Yo is going to try to play the eco game, try to play defensive with his mangonels. And Lix is going to go aggressive. Probably won't be able to go scorpion, so we'll have to add some mangonels of his own. No Cliffs makes the map more open. Yeah, that is completely true. Let's see how this fight goes. This is such a risky game from Lix. Why are you fighting this? That mangonel's gonna get a big hit eventually. And those skirms still don't have +2 armor, so they can be picked off by the crossbows. And I think that's the key. Otherwise, you take that fight. And Knight's gonna move in. Knights only have +1 armor, so they will get picked off by the crossbows. I think this was a very premature fight for Lix. Or maybe not. He's able to take down that mangonel, which is some good value. Alright, that's my miscalculation. That looks like a pretty good fight for Lix. Although that +2 armor would have been a lot better. Great fight for Lix. Alright, is he going to be able to take his opponent off of gold? This is huge if he is. Where's Yo's army? Looks like he stopped production for a little bit, and that's going to cost him. As now he's going to be off of gold. Nope. 1 knight coming from Yo. Going to be able to push back those skirmishers. Now we have an archer range from Lix. Another one. We're going to go heavier into skirmishers. Any town centers back at Lix's base? None. I'm going to add 1 right now, but he's not really focusing on it. We'll take some time for that town center to go up. And that pillager will go back to work. Lix with a lot of momentum. He's really doing the damage. Yo with only a 5 villager lead. That's not that significant. Remember, going up with town centers, it takes quite a while to pay themselves off, even if you have a few more villagers. That gate has too much HP. Nice hit on the skirmish. It's going to kill 4 right there. And let's see how this mangonel micro goes. So Yo needs to win this. He needs his gold back. When I get the chance, I'm going to look at the other golds. So we have this gold is being taken by Lix. Lix even coming out with a ram. He can take down both those archery ranges. Going to go in on that Mangonel. Going to get it. Looking very bad for Yo. This might be GG. Luckily, Yo does have this gold in the back. But if Lix finds that, he can bring his skirmishers over and raid that. And that should be absolutely GG. See how this micro goes. Yo doesn't even have the army to push the army of Lix away from the town centers. Mangonel is going to get... Oh, it's going to get saved. It's very important. Yo can't afford to lose any more ground or any more units. And he's going to get another big shot with that Mangonel. That's good. More knights coming in from Lix. And this goes back to that decision. Why not placing that archer edge right there? This whole thing might have been delayed at least a bit by placing that archer range just a few tiles to the south. And this will be such a big pickup. Yeah, that knight's gonna pick out that Mangonel. Gonna pick off that ram. Nice army control from Yo, being at the right place at the right time with his knights. Lix being a little sloppy with those skirmishers, losing them all. And this will buy some time from Yo. That's all he needs. He needs to buy time, and he needs to get back his gold. He needs to keep his gold safe. So with Yo back on gold, he's going to be able to remass crossbows. Both these archery ranges did stay up. That ram was going for the siege workshop. Monastery coming up from Yo to heal up and to convert a few knights. Here's the second wave of Lix. If Yo can defend from the second wave, he'll be in a great spot this game. Yo going to go straight through the archery range. Monk going to come out and try to heal that one knight that took all those crossbow bolts. Oh, thank you, Aquatic Savant. I appreciate the support. Confusing why Lix didn't go 1 TC full push. I would agree with that. This town center in the back of Lix's base is hindering his push. It makes it better for a long push, but makes it worse for a like a very quick push for that first wave. That first wave could have been stronger with a few more knights had that town center not gone up. And this Mangonel should be repaired. By this forward villager, we have a market up for Lix. Let's check his resources. Another nice Mangonel shot on the skirmishers. Now Yo has a lot of knights. He's kind of stabilizing. He's 10 villagers ahead. Looks like this monk will get a conversion. That's always huge. And let's see how these conversions go for Lix. Gonna get one right there. I think that was the second. So Lix has more knight numbers up. However, those crossbows still pose quite a threat without any Mangonels left on the field. Move back with those monks. Do not lose them to the crossbows. They're not worth a whole lot right here as healers, which is big targets. That's a bit of a mistake. Luckily, that one monk will get away. If Lix had +2 armor on the skirms, that would have been great too. Oh my god! Oh no, that's actually Yo's knight. I was about to say, Lix needs the upgrades on his knights, and he has them. Alright, is Yo gonna die to the second push? Mangonel coming out from Lix. Yo is having another hard time. He's got a Mangonel left in there. Needs to defend. Gonna get a few upgrades on these knights. We still have a 10 villager advantage for Yo, but I like Lix's position a little bit better. 10 villagers is not a huge difference. Yo is so far ahead in economy. I don't think he's that far ahead. I don't think that at all. I think he will get ahead, though, as he maintains a 3 town center advantage. And I don't think Lix can wait. And now we even have a few camels from Yo, so using that Turkish tech tree to his advantage. Apparently the Khmer tech tree might be lacking a bit. Good, gonna get a Mangonel, gonna move back. We have more skirmishes this time from Lix. Still needs +2 armor. Have a ram. Lix trying to mass as much as possible, but he's just giving time to Yo. And I think this Turkish gold bonus is just playing such a huge role for Yo. Yo gonna get Husbandry, gonna get Chain Barring Armor. Now these Knights are formidable. Before they had almost no upgrades. I check economy income. Just a second. Ooh, not a good trade for Lix. That's gonna delay his push even more. I think Lix is gonna give this one good go and might be a poor game if poor game for Lix if it doesn't work out. Let's check the resources. Food, more for Lix. Wood, more for Yo. Stone, a lot for Yo, although I didn't see it too much. Gold, more for Yo. So definitely more resources collected for Yo. That is expected, but not by a lot. This is the food counts currently. And here comes the camels. Knights are in the back. It's all up to these monks. The monks need to convert the camels. That will make the difference. Scrims, of course, do no damage to these camels. And there's that castle from Yo, from using that stone earlier. I don't think Lix has enough to push this back, and that means Yo's going to solidify his, now looks like 13 village advantage. And he'll be safe from the time being, going fully into camels. Camels kind of do, they kind of counter both these units. And now Yo has even unlocked the Janissary option. Or the Cavalry Archer option. Looks like Yo's going to take this fight despite those 3 monks. Probably going to get conversions. And let's see if Yo has enough to take this fight. If so, then that might be GG. Both players going into the Imperial Age. There's enough camels still standing, and camels do okay against skirmishers. Skirmisher's going to have to run back. And any follow-up from Lix at all? Well, Lix is going to catch up a little bit in the economy. He's got 4 town centers now. But the army is definitely going to be a huge concern. The camel is a super strong unit at this point. Lix is going to have to go into Halbs or Arbalest to counter that. And then got to worry about the Janissary later on in the game, as we have a few Janissaries coming out. So again, 2 options to counter the camel, since Monks is not going to work against this mass. You got the Halb, and you have the Arbalest. Arbalest is probably the better option, because we do have the Janissary coming out as well. So Arbs will do okay against Janissary and Camel. Remember, for the Khmer, they don't get Thumb Ring. That's a huge upgrade. I think 10 plus fills does a lot after 20-30 minutes. After 20-30 minutes, yes. I think you asked 10 minutes ago, so it wasn't as big an advantage. And we still had a bit of momentum for Lix at that point. But Lix didn't really make that pay off. Didn't make it pay off enough. I think at Imp there'll be a huge eco difference. There won't be because Lix has an extra town center, but now there's a huge military difference. And just the quality for Yo is so much better. These Janissaries as well will be able to get off a great raid in the back. And look at this ballsy castle from Lix. What are you doing, Lix? Why do you send the villagers first? What are you doing? Castle coming up from Yo. Oh my god. Lix, what are you doing? You lose all of those villagers, and I hope that castle wasn't destroyed once again, like the previous game. This castle's already going to be 50% of the way up by the time Lix even starts his own castle. Doesn't have the Arbalest upgrade quite yet. And I just like Turkish Cavaliers against Thumb Ringless Khmer Arbalest. Let's see if Lix can win this Treb War and hold out. So this gold is going to be exposed once this castle goes up. And if Yo is smart, he'll be adding a Trebuchet right away. In fact, Yo could even add a Siege Workshop and go Bombard Cannons right away. This is great if Lix can take out this Trebuchet, but these Arbalests are just out in the open. And Yo might be able to clean that up. So now we have Cavalier, we have +4 armor. Even these camels should be able to do something. because they had +2 attack. And that might be the end of Lix's Arbalest. Trebuchet is on top of the hill. I think Lix is going to lose this game. That push just not paying itself out. It was really close. Again, I didn't like the idea of Lix adding that town center. I think it took a little bit of the momentum away from that push. And a few good army controls from Yo. A few bad ones from Lix. Nice transition to camels. And that's it. And again, I just didn't like the walls early game from Lix. I thought they were way too early. And no reason to go for those huge walls. So great game from Yo. Going to take a second point in this $100 show match.